Hey everybody, Anthony here from Triple X RC Garage. I got to the post office and got a couple items that were pretty cool. There's a gentleman, his name is Anthony Onions, and he's over in England. At least I think that's where he's at, or UK. Anyway, he's in one of my Facebook groups, and so I was telling him how cool I thought his snorkel was on his Jeep. But anyway, you want me to send you one? I will. And I was like, yeah, awesome. So, and he sent it here and made one and shipped it. And I also got another package, pig snot. For you who've never heard that name before, I know it sounds gross, but it's not anything to do with pigs. But pig snot makes chassis, bumpers, different items. Those are pig snot bumpers like this one here. So the guy, he's out in Pennsylvania. He makes these things, and he's on Facebook too. They're bumpers you're not going to find in an RC store unless a special RC store decides to carry stuff like this and order them from him. You're probably not going to find them. And if you did find them, you're probably going to pay a lot more at that point, just because he charges, I think, on an average about 50 bucks for this bumper here. So what's the RC store going to charge you? Probably $10-20 more. And I'm not knocking the RC store, they got to keep their lights on, but I'm just saying there's no wholesale on this bumper, so that's probably why it would end up being more money. But anyway, go online and pig snot. Anyway, so what was sent to me today was he sent me some stuff, and Anthony Onion sent me some stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So anyway, we're gonna start off with Anthony Onions. Like you see, it was sent over from, you had to go through customs and international shipping and stuff like that. So anyway, I opened it up, and he actually had it wrapped up pretty nice on this cardboard with some stuff. I just took it all off because it took time. But this is what he made for me. It's a snorkel, and then it actually comes with a base plate that goes underneath the body. And there's actually some nice screws and nuts right here and washers. So he did a nice job doing this. It's a 3D printed. Yeah, so basically this would go on one of the bodies. Now, where it would go on the body, I can get this into camera view. Adjust the camera just a tad bit. Okay, so where this would actually go and fit would be right here on the body. Of course, it'd be a lot lower, but it would go right on this curvature here. And as you can see, he made a mount plate with the curvature as well. So did a really good job on it, and like I said, it's 3D printed. So Pig Snot sent this package, opening up the pocket knife, and I actually did already cut the envelope here. However, I did not unpackage that. Actually, when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave it alone until I get it on camera. So this is well packaged. I mean, like, well packaged. And just gotta figure out where the end is and where that starts. And I don't think I can figure that out, so I'm just gonna go ahead and slice it anyway. And that's two. It's bubble wrapped. So as we unroll the packaging, now we'll tell you, he can make you different style bumpers. I told him to go ahead and just give me the G6 one that goes on the G6 body, which has a more narrow rear on it. He can make them longer. He even has them with like skid plates and stuff. But This is the rear bumper, not a front bumper. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this Proline rear bumper off of this and putting this in place. Anyway, that is the pig snot bumper. That and that. Now he does make other than these types, and so you should check him out. He's on Facebook as well. I do like supporting guys who are about the RC thing, because these guys, you know, they have the little shops at the house, and that's what they make these things. And this is pretty clean, pretty nice. There's another bumper company out there that I wanted to show you as well. And honestly, when I first got into the RC thing, I didn't even know about pig snot for the longest time. But there's another guy out there called Scalar Fab, and he makes bumpers as well. And some of the bumpers he makes are like this one and this one. And he also makes some rear bumpers. And this is actually for the Blazer body one. And then for SCX10, these actually bolt on to the chassis, and these are skid plates. So this would bolt on like this onto your side rails. And you can see a piece of Velcro here. That's where I had an ESC mounted on there, holding on to. So yeah, this is from a company called Scalar Fab, and again, another guy who does this from home. You know, not a big production person, but quality, which I like. I love quality. Because I mean, you're going to spend on these bumpers average of 50-ish, you know, unless you get lucky and find something used online or trade. Like I've done on a lot of these. Like I got this bumper and these two bumpers, or two sliders. They were rough. They needed painting and stuff, which I did. I think I gave 25 bucks for these, and there's probably a value here of 80 to 100 bucks right here. So anyway, that's the Scalar Fab guys stuff. And then you can go on the big company website like RC4 Drive, and you can buy these kind of bumpers, and you're going to spend just as much, if not more, on some of these bumpers. So the metal bumpers are nice. I like them. I love the realism of them. A lot of your true crawler trucks, you really don't want to go with a real long bumper that covers the case in point. You don't want a bumper that's going to go the full width of the front of the truck. And the reason I'm saying this is because this is going to be your catch points. If you look at this body, he's been running a lot. You know, it gets a lot of dings on the corners already. That's why it's nice to have something that's narrow and out of the way, and you got some good clearance. And then you can even mount your winch on these bumpers. Or you can go with the Scalar Fab like this one here. And then we got, of course, this one too as well. So that's kind of like things. Now the rear bumpers, I do love them. This was one of my favorite ones here. Does catch a lot. And just to kind of show you, this one's never had a rear bumper. It's actually got the plastic bumper still here. And you can see how it's already got, it's all broken up and stuff from hitting things and whatever. You know, and I do like the way the rear bumpers look, but when you go up a hill or something, this is going to be the first thing it's going to grab or catch. in the cases, and that's why I was going with these rear bumpers here, because they are kind of tucked out of the way a little bit, and so I kind of like that. So that's where my mental thought was on that. Now, what I did here, a while back, I had bought this bumper. Well, this actually came on a bumper that this was mounted to, and it was a real flimsy bumper. And of course, it got twisted and bent and just ruined. Well, this bumper here came to me with this other long bumper here, and it actually had a stinger that came up like this and down like this. And what I mean by stinger, I mean like that, but from here up and down. So it didn't have this on here, and it did not have the winch holes drilled in it. I did is I took and grinded off the stinger and took this off that old bent up bumper and screwed it and drilled it and mounted it. And then I took and drilled holes for the winch, and then I sprayed it with some gunmetal paint, automotive gunmetal paint. And of course, it's been running a while now, so it's got probably a little bit of rust. There's actually a little rust right there going on. But this bumper here is a Scalar Fab bumper, just so you know. It's a nice, tough bumper. I mean, like really very, very tough. But I wanted it for the Defender just to protect it, and wasn't planning on going hardcore rock crawling. This is more of my trail truck. This is the one that pulls my trailers and stuff around. You see on the videos. On the daughter's Gen 7, I'm probably going to be removing this bumper here, and probably going to be putting this bumper on in place of. Wanted to go over some bumper options for your crawlers, the do's and the don'ts, because like this bumper here, you know, I thought it was the coolest bumper on earth. I thought it was like, wow, this is awesome. Not really great for crawling, because it does grab and catch on everything you can hit, you know. And sometimes, you know, when you're crawling and say your bumper clearance is just here, sometimes if you do have the bumper or whatever here and it hits, sometimes the Lexan's going to give a little bit to get through there, especially if you're doing a comp or something. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what we got here and what the different bumpers were. And I want to thank Pig Snot for their bumper. I want to thank Anthony Onions for the snorkel. And also, well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, always have fun with RCs.